Yeah.
Okay, great. So welcome everybody to the Village of Pittsburgh Historic Preservation Board meeting. Today is not Tuesday, but today is Monday, July 21st? Okay, we'll make that edit. Do I have a motion to open the meeting?
Yes.
Thank you, Carolina. I'll second that motion.
Member Ryan? Yes. Member McRae? Yes. Member Torres? Yes. Member Dubrasky?
Aye.
Chair Olson?
Yes. Okay, great. We got a full packet today. We got 7 items on the applications. We have 2 member items at the end. But before we start, we have a Historic Preservation Board trustee liaison announcements from Miss Lisa. This is Lisa Cove.
Thank you guys for serving. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. This is call 44 South Main Street, the Village Pittsburgh trustee. I'm gonna try to go quick. I'm gonna give you this written thing, Alexander, so you can have for the record. Okay. Training is an important responsibility for appointing board members to fulfill their duties to the community they serve. Yearly training helps members to understand roles and responsibilities, make decisions based on informed and consistent decision-making skills, maintain legal and regulatory compliance, promote fair governance and public trust, encourage effective oversight, fosters team cohesion and strategic alignment, and provides a foundation for adaptation to change. Your trustees are committed to supporting you in your board training as a way to equip you with the knowledge and skills needed for your responsibility to govern. As your board liaison, I was charged with a formal in-person presentation to you, as currently this board as a whole reveals having satisfied only 20% of the board requirement hours currently. So I think, Alexander, do you provide the members with the most updated training?
It's right in front of you.
Yes, we have that. Everyone have that?
That's awesome, so thank you so much. And I don't know, I just want to let you know, in the Historic Preservation Code 112-4, it just spells out that every board member has to have 4 hours of training. So it's written here, you'll see it if you look it up online. And that's really what our trustees just want everybody to start doing, making sure they satisfy those 4 hours per year.
Absolutely.
So you have your updated list, so that's great, and
And links to these?
Alexander can send out the links. So
You have these linked or are they on the website as well?
I've linked this a few times.
Okay, but is
You send it again.
it, no, but is it stored anywhere? That was my question.
No.
Is it just sent?
Intern.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that list will be shared through your guys' email.
Perfect.
Some of the self-distinction.
Yep.
Watch
All that
those
material.
good videos.
Yeah, they were.
Thank you guys very much.
Certification.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else on that topic? We're all good?
Yep.
Okay, then let's get to the applications and we're starting with 20 South Street for the addition and garage. You guys want to come up and I think we should bring some chairs up. We got a full house. Well, I know you guys have been here a few times, so I appreciate that. There's been a lot of back and forth and good conversation, and obviously everyone knows why we love living in the village and the architecture and the historic value that our homes have. It's very important for our board to help keep in line with our design guidelines. So I appreciate all the back and forth and conversations that we've had over the last, 3 months now. So I know we had a laundry list of things to provide for this meeting. I think you guys had all of that presented. But I just wanted to say that as now this has been your 3rd month here in a row. So thank you for all the back and forth and information. And considerations too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody have any questions or want to start? Tina, you want to be brought up to speed?
Yeah. maybe-
Tina's been alternate. She's been on the
I
board.
just-
How long have you been on the board?
13 years.
13 years, serving
14,
as an alternate.
15, I don't know, how long is it? Oh gosh, no, it's 20, isn't it?
Longer than your youngest.
It is, I'm thinking it was right when
we moved here, so yeah, it's probably 20.
So South Street
Anyway,
addition,
I
garage
thought you-
being larger, yeah.
And then, I thought this today, it's pretty much what's in here that really needs to be discussed today.
Yep.
That's what I'm guessing, so all like design
Yeah,
issues
and
are
what
already
was
signed
missing
out.
from the last meeting was just the spec sheets, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any questions on the windows, and I appreciate the design windows on the, front of the house.
Yeah.
That west elevation, that was incredibly important. But yeah, anybody else have anything? I don't have much on this right now.
Well, I didn't have a chance to look at the minutes from last month. Where did we get to from the previous iteration?
We had new windows on the west elevation.
Got that,
Yep,
okay.
that was a primary, the shutters and then, the window materials with the spec sheets that were provided. I think that was it for the actual house.
We approved the garage redesign because there was kind of a weird cantilever and it was
Yeah.
asymmetrical and they fixed that and that was, we approved that. My recollection is the only thing that was missing is the spec sheets, which they've now provided.
Yep.
So, and everything on these look fine, the lighting design and the windows and the doors are all,
Yeah,
meet our design.
ultimate
criteria.
wood double hung frame.
Yeah. So I think as far as I'm concerned, it's good, so.
I think the windows on the front was an excellent addition. That was.
Oh, they had to be
questions
there,
that,
yeah. And it may have been left off on accident or not, but they're there and they're exactly what they should look like. So thank you. Yeah.
So, I guess I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the plan as it's now completed.
Yeah.
A second?
Member Dubrasky,
Circle back to me.
member Torres,
Yes.
member McRae,
Yes.
member Lenahan,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
member Dubrasky,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much for your
Okay.
patience.
Thanks, everyone.
Coming back.
Yes, please. Yep. Okay, 50 State Street for signage. Yes, please.
Hi there.
Let me get this, sorry. Hold on.
Tilly's Place.
Are you Laura? Very nice. Do you want to introduce yourself and what you're looking to do and the business you have?
Well, it's a nonprofit to support therapists and educators in programs, animal system interventions.
Very nice. Have you opened or are you in the,
Yeah, thank you.
have you opened?
Not a formal opening,
Not yet.
One of the pictures had, the animal cage with the dog in it. I was wondering if that was already there or if you guys were already operational or anything. Yeah.
That's temporary, put it back.
Oh, yeah, of course. I was wondering if you guys were already in operation or something.
Yeah, well, had a few groups visit, but
Very nice.
yeah, slow start.
We'll probably love getting out.
Soft launch.
Looking around.
Yeah, exactly. Soft one.
Mine seems appropriately sized and, yeah, here,
Yeah, it's a nice sign.
I think it's the appropriate size. It meets the requirements, the same size requirements.
Yeah,
I think the placement, is good. I don't know if you would want it detailed like, or defined, that, I mean, just to look
Where,
at it,
yeah,
seems, the most appropriate place, but just for, clarification. If there,
it's like, is that for the pedestrian? Not entirely, but I don't know where else it would go.
oh, no, I think what Tina was saying is define it.
Oh,
Spacing
okay,
above.
great.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect
Yeah.
placement, but, I guess
Do
I
we
would
want it
normally
written
see like
out?
some type of, definition to it, just for the record, you know, 2 boards above the window or something like that.
And centered over.
And centered over the, yeah, because
But
it's
we can
not,
put that in
there's no
the,
dimension on that, that's all.
yeah. We can just put that in the notes.
And it's aluminum composite. We've approved many signs of that material. It's 3 millimeter thick aluminum composite.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion that we approve it as it's shown here with roughly 2 boards above and centered above the middle window on the second story.
Second that motion.
Roughly 2 boards above or,
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
basing it on the picture. Maybe it's like a board and a half.
okay.
I mean, it's kind of just centered in the space. I don't know how to specify it more than that.
Yeah, anyways, you can specify
But
that way.
you guys are looking at the bottom edge of the sign, but not of the dog paw. The dog paw is only 1 board above, and that's perfect. So let's call it off of that. And that way it will look nice. So the dog paw is 1 board above the window. The sign itself is center. One. Yeah, look at this bottom edge of the.
All in favor of dog paw placement, say aye.
That's in the notes.
Member
Yes.
Torres,
Yes.
member McRae,
Yes.
member Lenahan,
Yes,
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passed.
Which paw?
Leave it to the attorney.
No, you're, it's a great question.
I didn't answer to.
Not that.
That's important to remind everybody once they're approved that they still need to obtain a building.
With him. You can call him, yeah.
Okay. All
Enforcement
right.
officer, buildings,
I'm sorry?
code enforcement officer, building inspector.
Yes.
Fine, as there is.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next we have 96 South Main Street for the basement windows. If
Oh,
they're
it's
not,
online, sorry.
oh,
We didn't pop that earlier. His name is Peter, if you'd like to reach out to him now. He can talk to Charleston.
Peter, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Peter, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right,
Are
thank you very much.
are you waiting for me to say something? Sorry, I might not have followed
We just-
everything you said.
You're on.
I'm up.
Okay, great. So do you want to introduce yourself and what you're looking to do and the approval that you're coming here for?
Yes. So I'm Peter LaRue and the owner of 96 South Main Street. The windows has been, the basement windows has been really a problem for many years. They're broken and they're made of steel. And so at this point, we feel it will be to the benefit of this house to have them replaced. So the report you have in front of you is a report from an independent reviewer to look at assess the windows. A few of them are broken, and so our hope is that it will benefit the house if we can replace them.
Okay, very good. And obviously you went through the appropriate steps and met with Blake Held and
Yes.
Blake gave an independent advisory document to us to review, and we always take his consideration into each approval process here. So thank you.
Yes. And so we have a proposal from Wonder Windows to sort of replace the windows with, I think you have all the information in front of you.
I was a little bit confused. There's a lot of sheets about the window, and I wasn't sure which specific model you were planning on. There's 5 pages of information about windows, and they're all.
And none of them seem to be for the type of window that we're addressing.
Yeah.
So I gave it to the building inspector and thought that would be indicated on that. So I did not particularly look at that detail from the pages I gave you. So what I have is, well, you have more information than I have in front of me, but it says that the window type would be a composite, and that he provided the sizes on that spec sheet, and the front two windows will be able to open so that there can be ventilation in the basement. That the back two will not be able to open, although the one on the north side will have a specific design for an outlet. Since this house was, as you know, no, it was built in 1935, so it didn't. The windows never had an outlet. So we would like to have that outlet added. So I'm sorry, I'm not. I probably should have been more specific about each window.
So I think that there's this section called Dare to Compare. They have 5 options.
Yes, right.
Average aluminum, average fiberglass, and then this Star Mark Evo 7500, which is highlighted in red.
Yes,
Is that the product that you guys are looking to purchase?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And that's really what I was asking. It's just that there's a lot of different products in the paper.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know which one was the one you were planning to.
Yeah, I think it's
Install.
this Star Mark, and then they show you on the right the images of what it is. This Star Mark.
That's correct. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's correct.
Question I had, as far as, what I heard you say was the front windows are going to be operational, so you can have ventilation, and one of the north windows is going to be an egress, openable for an egress, and the rest are gonna be fixed.
Yes, yes. If I could, maybe you should translate that for me a little bit. I think it's yes, but I'm not sure exactly what you're saying about the window you just described.
Oh, I thought you mentioned that one of the windows is currently fixed and you were gonna make it so that you could use it as an exit. Did I?
To have an outlet, no, to have an outlet for a dryer. That's all.
So,
A vent.
product
Vent,
website,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
seems to
yeah,
describe
okay,
a window that fits for the purpose of what we're looking at.
exactly. Yeah,
okay. It's a fixed, okay, so all of them are fixed except for the 2 in the front, and one of them.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And there will be a sliding window that just for circulation purposes.
Okay. The ones in the front will be sliding?
Yes. Presently, none of the windows can open at all. I mean, there's no, and we thought that would be just better to have it ventilated.
Okay,
I don't think we have enough information.
yeah,
Well, there's nothing in here that shows what he wants to do.
Yeah,
What the slide looks like and what the fix it, you could say that would be no munches, so they'd all be single light.
Yeah.
I'm willing to green light whatever Blake recommends. The description that he provides is spot on, and I'm more than happy to green light that. What he's describing doesn't match anything of a product spec sheet that we have in front of us.
the dryer vent one?
Yeah. I'm looking at them right now. There isn't one, like this product model doesn't have one window that fits that spec sheet.
I think what he's saying is they're gonna install something with a vent, and then the window is gonna be a smaller.
So
Exactly. Yes,
Our-
sorry for interrupting, but that's exactly the idea.
None of them, it doesn't have a fixed option at all.
Oh, I thought I saw something for.
At least on their I'm on their website right now.
It's going to be a smaller frame, the way I understand the proposal, and just below that frame there will be a section that they will adjust to have the outlet go under the window, under that particular window. So it will be exactly the same window, but there will be adjustment to allow for the outlet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, assuming that they did make
Yeah, if they,
one that is fixed, we can,
Yeah.
yeah, like based on the specs on this, right, yeah. but-
and then the sliders presumably would just be two,
Two frames.
Yeah.
Here are the sliders right here.
and I mean, if it's just to imagine in that space, it's just gonna be two
It's gonna be,
relatively at the same size. Side grade sliding. So I think we can kind of assume what they're gonna look like if they have
Will,
a fixed option.
will there be muttons or no?
No,
no,
the Blake had.
Blake did, but I don't, like, there's a lot of verbiage here on the muttons.
Well, I think that's Blake's suggestion, if we say we put that in the.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a standard style in the window. It's not a mounting because it's a slide.
Just.
Right.
Yeah,
On the operable ones, and then the other ones is just gonna be one pane of glass, that was.
And you literally have to walk up on them at that house to see it.
yeah, there.
I just want to make sure the documentation matches. I'm comfortable with what approving.
yeah, and they'll be black in color. Peter, do you know what color you're gonna select?
For the window, window frames, it's gonna be off-white.
Off-white.
Like they're
Yeah.
white or off
It,
white.
it's similar to the rest of the house.
And it's almond color.
Yeah, it's somewhere there that he. It's a standard white that they use for the windows.
I feel like it is enough as long as we.
I think we can
Specify.
specify it. As I say, there's a little confusion, but I think we all understand what he's gonna get, and as long as we call out. Blake's comments as well as, the make and model, then we'll be okay.
Do we have a make and model? These ones?
Yeah. it's-
Star Mark Evo,
Our Mark Evo.
Slido.
It's not model for the soil.
Then over here on the right, they have the slider SL 7520 thermal performance.
Here's somebody else in the motion. First two.
All right, fine, I'll make a motion to approve the application with the following, considerations and recommendations. That the, replacement windows are the make and model of the Star Mark Evo 7500 series, and specifically the slider, which is the SL 7520, with thermal performance. And I don't think we need to make much more in this. The comments from Blake held, we can read them off, but in this instance, the most practical option would be an all fiberglass unit or a fiberglass or aluminum clad unit with a single light, no muntins. Because again, the windows do not contribute to the character of the home, and applied muntins would simply break and become unsightly in this location. So the window will have a slider, but we need that for the dryer vent.
Yeah,
Second the motion.
Member Lanahan,
Yes.
member McRae,
Yes.
member Torres,
Yes.
member Dubrasky,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, thanks, Peter. You just have to get in contact with Steve Louth, the building inspector, code enforcement officer, to get a building permit and a
thank
certificate.
you.
Or your installer builder can do it.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
I'm going back to the finding the fact from the first two applications, if you have any.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the finding of facts on the addition and garage. are that the material, the sizing and of the garage, the materials used in the sizing of the garage are appropriate with the village design guidelines. We've called out multiple changes to keep the addition in size and scale and in character with the original home, which the applicant met. All materials will match existing. The windows are ultimate wood windows, I believe, what was it called? Yep, the make and model of those windows. They're the double wood windows, which we called out and they'll use in the application to match the existing. And what else did we have for findings of fact on that?
I think that's it.
For 50 State Street for the signage, the findings of facts are that the sign meets the requirements and the size requirements of our village design guidelines. Is removable and causes no negative impact on the structure. For these basement windows, the findings of facts are that the existing windows were beyond repair as suggested by Blake Held, our village independent contractor, and that the new windows are what Blake Held would suggest for a basement grade, heavily moisture area of a house to be replaced with. And that we called out the exact make and model and design characters of the basement windows, of which the applicant needs to use. And anybody can add any to those if they'd like. Okay, then let's move on to 28 Lincoln for porch rebuild.
St. Paul's, Birch has a house attached to it, and the house has a house porch on it. And I've been looking at the problems that it has and bringing in contractors. And I like the one I got because he has a fix for the actual problems that we really have. In maintaining the porch and preserving the old.
So you guys want to introduce yourself and your name is?
My name is Fred Haynes.
Nice to meet you, Fred.
I'm a member of the Building and Grounds Committee at St. Paul's Lutheran Church.
Okay.
Hey, Fred, I'm Grant Kraft, I'm chair of the Building and Grounds Committee. It's one of the few projects that will probably come past you folks in the next 7 months.
Okay, nice.
So we appreciate you taking the time and thanks for pouring through pictures and descriptions and I think we'll turn it over to Andy and just let him describe to me overall what's going to happen with this porch.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
So the existing porch has a wood siding roof, for flooring. It's typical of the age of the building. It's rotted and they need to replace it. And we're looking at a product that's going to last longer. And back in the days that buildings were built, they used old growth lumber, which is very resistant to rotting. And it's not available these days. And that target roof configuration. So we came up with this product. It's a Veritas or
Veritas.
Veritas.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yep.
as the other website.
It's a tiny room. It looks exactly like the original fir flooring. And it's gonna last much longer than anything available now.
I'm hoping I won't be chair of the committee when he wants to again.
You're rebuilding the porch exactly as it is, with not really any
Yeah,
modification.
basically, we're just
Flooring it.
replacing the flooring. Yeah, the railing is will be removed and replaced and reinstalled. And then the steps are gonna be updated. I think we're gonna replace the whole steps with the framing and everything.
The frame and the treads.
And the steps will be covered with the Veritas step board, which are the same material, but they're lighter. where step boards that are, rounded off and the front.
Okay, so there were a lot of images in this application. Is it, and Carolina just asked too, but we're only looking at just the porch floor
Floor.
itself right now?
And
And the steps, and the stairs. Okay, there was some images of the fencing, and then this actual fence over here too.
Surrounding some like.
Okay, great.
I was told it's gonna be interesting.
There'll be new railings as well.
No, he said they're taking off the railings and replacing.
Except on the steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Except on the steps, okay, and then with those railings, are you just gonna replace them in kind?
No, they're actually reinstalling the existing.
No, it's the step railings, will be, new.
Okay.
No, the
Porch railings will be the existing,
Pardon?
porch railing.
Porch railing will be existing.
Would you consider making these step railings more appropriate to the style of the house?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's gonna have a bottom layout.
Oh, that'd be great, because that would
You can
be,
no steps on the steps, and that's not.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not exactly sure how, the steps that are there now, how they made it past this committee.
Yeah, they were really.
They might not have, I don't know.
That's the material that we approved on Sutherland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is, there's this Duratec capping technology. I'm sorry, never mind, it's the Airtos Heritage, yeah.
Yeah. Heritage. We actually had another applicant a few months ago, and we had to do a whole bunch of research because we'd never heard of this
Yeah.
product, but it's
Yeah.
actually recommended for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were aware that through Matthews and Fields as
Yeah.
well.
Overall, I think cosmetic will be improved.
And it's painful.
Yeah.
And the railings will be made out of wood, like pressure treated wood, then painted, and,
Yeah.
okay,
and the stairs will be wood.
The risers,
Yeah,
The risers.
the riser part of the stair.
No,
we
the
got
risers,
the riser.
are the same material as.
The same material, but-
Yeah.
Okay.
do you have a question on
I think
this?
that's okay.
yeah.
Do you have a question on this?
No, it's just,
It finds out
that they are
exactly.
replacing some of the railings.
Oh, okay.
With the railing replacement, we just make it match the details of the railing that's on the
On the board?
porch.
And the horizontal railings, yeah, the stair railings will match.
Okay, just like do all the dimensions the same, the distance between the
We won't do
balusters.
the rotting, but,
Sorry, rotting.
Motion to accept the application as presented.
Second.
Should we do any call outs there?
Yeah, so
Specific
motion to
one.
accept the application pending the stair rail or railing matches the railing on the porch itself to the same dimensions of spacing and the caps as
Oh.
well.
Yeah, what will the, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting now, the. Normally you'd have like a newel post or something at the bottom. You don't have anything like that now,
Yeah, that's
But-
gonna match the one at the top.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a motion and a second, is that okay with all? Member Torres,
Yes.
member McBride,
Yes.
member Dubrasky,
Yes.
member Lanahan,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes,
motion passes.
thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
Good
look
luck.
forward to it. Look,
So just as a funny aside, I actually live in the original house that was moved to the back of the cornfield. 25 Washington Avenue,
Oh, wow.
the original German schoolhouse that was moved to make way for the church. I
Oh,
live there.
so what address is it now?
25 Washington Avenue,
Oh, okay, all
yeah,
right.
just down the road.
Yeah, okay.
I guess they just picked it up on rollers and.
Well, yeah, they were willing to do that. I guess they dug a new basement.
Thank you. This was a very,
The old one.
this was a very thorough application. Yeah, I really appreciate all the pictures and, you know,
Yes,
the
very
the
nice.
description of the work that he done was very complete.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
findings, we can do all the specifications about the railing design.
Oh,
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a little terrible.
Yeah, I think it's okay, just, we don't actually have any of the dimensions, so it's not
Yeah.
like we could, so just saying
Just say
match
match the
exactly.
existing, yeah.
and it'll be good. What they have there.
So, findings-
Matching and specific and arbitrary at the same time. Arbitrary on paper, specific in practice.
Approved based on the new stair railing design to match the existing porch railing design. The addition of newel posts at the base of the stairs. What did we say?
and that the material
And the material.
is appropriate in replacements in these applications. Okay, now we have 74 North Main Street for the fencing.
I'm Christine Lamb, I'm the applicant. I'd like to build a fence, a secure fence to contain my new dog. She's a 2-year-old rescue and
Kind.
she's a German Shepherd Husky mix. And she has escaped the temporary wire fence that is currently in the yard right now, so I'd like to build her a real fence.
Very good.
Find her in the cemetery.
Sorry.
Find her in the cemetery.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I did, she, tried to get to the cemetery, she loves the cemetery, she loves deer, squirrels,
Yeah,
rabbits,
lots of
all of
things that.
all the neighborhood dogs, she wants to really say hi to aggressively. But I would like to, do a concave board fence along the south side and the.
I'm sorry, this one here, this.
Yeah, I want
That says
Yeah.
for front, west
the front
side.
west side and then also
And the south
west
side.
side along the. Take of my house, how I was positioned. Yeah, the west and the south side. That side, in the concave board, and then along the back so that the yard doesn't appear smaller, I wanted to do the ornamental aluminum fence so that you can kind of still see through to the back of the property. And then there's already some dog ear fencing, behind the garage, so I was gonna just extend the dog ear fencing. And then across the driveway, the fence company had recommended the aluminum ornamental fence, gate for the driveway because. He said that the wood fence would be really heavy in the winter with the snowplow. And I have that gate set really far back, like near the back, border of my, back corner of
Like this, right?
yeah. And it's really only like 12 feet of gate total, I think, 12 feet across of the, just that.
Right.
Across the driveway.
So all of these styles are absolutely appropriate. They're very nice. The only thing I can think of is something, my family owned a defense business for 25 years. It's not gonna not get you approved, but something to seriously consider is that the configuration of the styles and the placement of them, they're just gonna look like a fence store. Right, like you're gonna have the ornamental fence on the back line and then in the gate, you're gonna have the dog eared on the left and then the concave on the right. Like you're gonna have a lot going on and it's just not gonna flow right. It's just gonna look like you're selling different styles of fence. And he is spot on in terms of the gate, you know, that aluminum
Yeah.
is phenomenally light. It is a much better option for the gate. I would just, I don't know, I would encourage you maybe instead of doing the dog ear on the left end, just continue that along that fence line. And then just eliminate the additional style and,
And do what instead?
well, if you're doing the
Just
aluminum
have
gate,
two
do the
different heights.
whole aluminum gate. Do the aluminum from the gate all the right way around and then do the concave, because you have that up to the front. You know, it really does create a lot of your yard. So I completely
She
appreciate
has a
it.
little bit of it existing already.
I
that's
understand, that's why I'm just saying, I'm not gonna not approve it, just
Yeah.
something to consider, because it is just gonna look like a lot.
Aesthetically, it would look better if you just had two styles instead of three. It's a short,
Right,
you know, like,
so either do all, okay, for all dog hair.
yeah, like do concave here and you can do the aluminum in the back, because you want to see through, and the fence. Or do.
Oh, yeah, or just
the
do
whole
the concave
thing.
and do the whole thing dog ear.
Yeah,
And
Or-
what, and not do the lighter?
Well, that's where, that's where it's like, it's challenging, but just, I'm not gonna not approve it, I'm just,
Yeah,
you know, feedback.
It's just purely aesthetics. I just think 3 different fence styles is a bit much.
Yeah, and
My
it also
recommendation
the
is two.
Right.
right, like the aluminum, the wood, the aluminum, then a totally other style of wood.
We just have to have a conversation.
Let's do, if we wanted to go down to 2 styles of fence, I think I would just continue the dog ear since that's already existing and extend that along the front and the sides and then do the aluminum in the back so that I can see all the way.
Okay,
sounds great.
Yeah, Bill.
Across the driveway.
Yeah, I would recommend that. Just have 2 instead.
Oh.
And if they brace, I mean, if you would want the gate to be wood, if they brace it right, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I used to be your neighbor. The ground there is easy to dig. They can make sure those gate posts are very easily fortified.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would prefer that I don't like that his suggestion, I agree, like, I'd rather just, the sides have wood and then the back be a little aluminum so I can see. To the
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
I also want to say, I'm so glad you're replacing a wire fence.
Yeah.
Nice. So much nicer what you're doing.
Well, so can we approve this where she has an option on the gate across the garage to be either one?
None of the styles are not approvable. They're all perfectly acceptable.
Right.
They all meet code. I can approve it any way you want to do it, but we're also here to give you some feedback from a design perspective.
Is the 6-foot fence in the front yard? Does that take out?
It is behind the,
Front edge.
yeah, it is behind the front line of the house and there is an existing 6-foot high fence there.
Is that fence 6 foot in front, the current lattice one? 5.5?
I think the tongue and groove portion's 5 and the lattice is probably another footish.
Yeah, water coming going in front of the front line of the house. That's what it's being.
I will say that lattice style though is beautiful.
Yeah, it is a very nice fence, yeah.
One company did give me an option for doing just lattice all around.
Too bad. I'm okay approving this any way you want to do it. Do you want to specify at least so we have something for?
Go back to the fence company and do the dog ear solid wood fence along the front, the sides, and then if they can do the gate across the driveway in wood, and then ornamental aluminum in back.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Member Torres,
Yes.
member McRae,
Yes.
member Ranahan,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
So can I just say, we approved it as presented and she presented a aluminum fence across the driveway and we want to make sure that she doesn't have to come back if they tell her it's okay to do it. So I want to just add an addendum to say either aluminum or wood across the driveway is fine.
I could put that in CFA. And I
Also-
didn't call you, I'm sorry.
Yes, I agree. But also, don't feel like the gate needs to be 6 foot.
Okay.
Right? Like you can easily do the gate 3-4 foot. It's gonna be compliant and it's gonna not put as much pressure on those gate posts.
And still keep the dog in.
And-
Let's see the good jumper. One of my dogs
Should be pretty good.
Isn't what she put, is what she submitted. Dog ear, then a different set of fence on the other side. And then the aluminum in front. So it seems to me that you want to clean up your motion
Yeah,
to say that she's going to put dog ear all the way around,
the 2 sides in the front.
2 sides in the front. The gate may be ornamental or it may be wood, depending on her option. The back will be ornamental,
Yes.
right? That's not what she.
That's not what she.
Okay,
presented.
yes.
Yeah. So I think the motion needs to be that.
So then
Amend the approval.
amend the approval for the motion to be such that the gate in the front can be ornamental or wood from 3 to 6 foot.
Like aluminum.
Aluminum or wood.
Mhm.
Although the aluminum, there's no concern if it's 6 foot. with the matching dog ear all the way on the perimeter with the ornamental on the back line.
Is there a second?
I second.
Member Dubrasky,
Yes.
member Torres,
Yes.
member McRae,
Yes.
member Lanahan.
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Congratulations on your new dog. Yeah.
And that house has some history with this board. We approved all of the windows. You know, Dr. Toronto, did he tell you the whole story?
Should vinyl windows in my basement.
Yeah.
Where Jim lives next door and when you sell them on Facebook.
So there's a little history to this house. Get that fence wrong, we're gonna probably pull it up.
Well, the challenge might just be that they are all custom sized windows.
That's a funny story, but no, it's, they had to do it. They did.
Funny.
What, they put in what was wrong.
No,
Wanna take that with-
Yeah.
nuance in ordering, attention to detail.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thanks.
And finding anything back?
Go ahead, Chris.
The styles are appropriate. It is not attached to the resource and is removable and conforms to the guidelines for fencing in the village. And honestly, any one of them would have been fine as long as they weren't like aluminum wood, aluminum wood, aluminum wood.
Okay, we have 1 Durham Way for a deck approval. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm Mitch Onak, my wife Patty and I are the homeowners. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Brian Beechner. I am here as a technical consultant tonight. We are building the deck, the proposed deck.
Nice.
So the deck on the house, you'll see a picture of the back of the house. The deck was there when we purchased the house. Purchased it in 2011, moved in 2012. The deck is now very worn. It's, as you can tell, kind of funky. Yeah. And so we are proposing to remove the deck and replace it with a new deck. The footprint would be nearly, what's that?
Oh, this looks so nice.
We're proposing to change the footprint slightly by putting, you can see in the diagrams of the deck, a bump out area. So the reason for that is so that we can put a table out there with seating all the way around it, rather than, now it's too narrow for that. We're also proposing to make the deck 1 level. It's now split in 2 levels. So again, to make the space more usable and to keep the stairs that come down going at the same place, because they end at a patio that's landscaped. You can't see it in the photo, but there's a patio behind that back door. We also are going to update the railings. The railings are, I think, look fairly vintage, 1970s perhaps, and make it lighter. Very design was a picture of the kind of rail.
They don't look safe right now. They're so deteriorated, they look.
Yeah, they're actually pretty rugged.
Are they?
Pretty
Okay.
stiff, but the boards are cupping and.
They're still safe. The footings are not getting marked.
So it needs to be replaced.
So the railing, like I see the picture that says railing style, is the material, are these metal spindles on here?
Yeah, they're actually cable spindles.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, I see, okay.
They're vertical cables.
It's an aluminum frame with vertical cables. And you'll see.
Vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Oh, they're gonna be vertical. Oh, I'm looking at this one.
Generally try to stay away from horizontal
Yeah.
railings because of
Yeah.
the ladder effect with kids, so. Yeah, it's wants to see that. And you'll see the 3 thicker ones, and that is just to keep the span from changing and smiling.
So the
So,
bigger ones are cable as well?
These are cables, and then this is more of a traditional aluminum spindle.
Oh.
Again, the tension on the vertical cables would want to draw those together, so you put that, it looks stylish, but it's also has function as well. Anyone want to see that again?
I saw it, yeah, it's my observation that the new deck and the new style are much more in keeping with the design of the house than the old one.
Yes.
So it's much more harmonious
Yeah,
appearance.
that's our
of
feeling as
property,
well.
During the design phase, we realized why they lowered that one portion of the deck.
Hmm.
It's when you're sitting in the living room, you can see the canal.
Ah,
If you were to, if it was all at the same level, railings would have impeded your view. So we've once we realized that, we stayed with that design.
Because the cables like.
Yeah, that's
deep straight through.
and also keeping it at that lower, little bit lower level.
so materials, I think, everyone understands the design and the size, but let's talk materials. So we have the, actual deck itself. What material is that gonna be?
You're talking about the floor of the deck.
Yes,
That is a TimberTech composite. Completely encapsulated composite material. And that does, the top of it has a real wood grain effect, multicolored wood grain effect.
okay, then we have the railings, the actual railings.
Aluminum frame with stainless steel cables.
It has
Oh,
a board.
it'll also have the deck board that's for the floor, will be the flat part of the top.
It'll match on top.
Yeah,
is that comparable to the material that we approved for the 28?
I'm not sure.
This
28
material, the one you were just talking about, the
Airtox.
church,
Yeah.
same material, just different shape. This is a decking board as opposed to some.
Have we ever done TimberTech? Does anyone know?
TimberTech AZEK is one of the most
I know.
widely used ones.
It's tough with the materials approved that we use in this villages.
Yeah.
I'd have to check on the TimberTech and see what it is and what it looks like, and I don't think we've ever approved it. Steve's shaking his head no on that, but
Radish, we have for the,
And
for what?
we have approved the radish, but not the timber top.
Okay,
and you know what, of all days, I don't have a piece of it with me, but I usually do.
yeah,
I can drop one off for you, so you have a piece of it. You're gonna find, you know, they're very similar.
yeah.
They even make the tongue and groove stuff like that. That you will get with that.
Okay, and then are you guys doing, do we have to call out any of the materials used for the actual decking? I'm sure that's all code and everything, pressure treated, whatever. Actual wood for not the decking, but the
Frame
structure.
the framework, in the footage, yeah.
Okay,
Standard pressure treated, we use combination of, the footers will be 6x6 or 4x6. It will be, you know, standard except with construction methods.
yeah,
It will be, you know, notched. You'll have your exterior, your strength being at the end, and then it will be a lag to the house. We either, and it depends on access, we either use the techno screws for the actual in the ground footer, or we use traditional sound.
nice. No, I know that's much out of our jurisdiction on this board, but it's just good to know what.
It's below ground, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have any effect.
And
on
then,
the
are
aesthetic.
you guys doing any lattice cover?
we hope not to.
Okay,
That's the idea, do some landscaping down below. There's a couple of windows down there, and so
okay,
open that up.
all right, we'll leave that off.
They'll have about 4.5, 5 foot of clearance under there.
Okay,
Is the layout of the post accurate? Or?
It should be, yeah, yes, that's right off of our design software.
Um,
and then, like cap design, is there anything we need to worry about that? On this, it looks like there's a decorative cap, but then you also said it's gonna have the material going across,
Yeah.
or is that just the software that we're looking at?
No, it does have a flat deck board across the rail, and then it has a very simple cap at the top of the aluminum frame.
Is it just like the picture?
Will that be?
Yes, that is very accurate.
There's a picture of.
Okay.
As far as the material goes, do you?
I'm having a
recall-
hard time finding any historical application of it.
Well, what,
Most of the stuff is just from their own website, which I feel like I would be much more comfortable
Yeah,
doing more research than blindly approving.
what were you saying?
I wasn't here for the, when you previously approved and researched
Yeah.
that other material, but what was it about that material that made that one appropriate?
Department of the Interior, the SHPO office. I contacted multiple people at the SHPO office and asked what is appropriate in historic preservation districts for deck replacement materials. And they gave me the Airtos and, that was for 5 Sutherland that we did that with.
We had issues with like Trex where they cup or
Yeah.
bubble, or it just doesn't look like wood after it weathers.
Yeah,
So, you know, there's other folks that are in historical preservation that have done research on these materials that we call on to find out
yeah.
more.
Does your manufacturer have any information on how this product weathers? Like,
There's tons of that information that I can, get to you. I'm sure I can, get the contact info or where that
Yeah.
needs to be sent. This is not your traditional, remember the old Trex that would wear terribly and swell up and buckle? It's not that. This is a higher concentration PVC, mix in the materials.
So if you could assist the board and demonstrate that it has been used in a historic.
Setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah, and I only, for my sake, being that the house is actually, it falls within the conservation district, but it's not an older house.
Yeah.
Still got to apply that.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
we do, yeah. Because one day. it'll be hard
have to make sure to
Yeah.
hear to
Sure, I understand, yeah.
Steve,
The other thing I do wanna mention that no matter what decking material they use, it will be indiscernible from the public way.
Yeah.
The only.
It's in the back.
way is the canal.
in the back of the house, yeah.
And it's raised from the canal too, so.
Yeah.
so,
I was wondering if it's more like the research into what the composition of it is, because your concern was the longevity.
well, my concern is not necessarily the longevity, my concern is making sure that it's historically accurate and looks historically accurate, and then also is, you know, with our board, it's tough because we like to take things case by case, but then we also set precedents. And it's like, why did they get to do it and we can't? And why are we using it here, but we're not here? And then it becomes like, okay, is this approved and appropriate or not? So if we've never approved timber tech, which the building inspector and our lawyer both say that we haven't, then the best thing to do is do like some research on the material, see if it's been used anywhere else, see what we can find as like an independent review of the board. And then I always also ask, would you ever consider any other material? Or do you offer any other material? Is this what you guys like on your?
The timber tech line is what we carry.
Yeah.
Of course, we can always use other materials. This is
Yeah.
just, to us, this is the best material available for decking.
In fact,
Just-
Lisa Cove, who presented at the beginning, if she's not here, but if you guys were here for that,
Yes,
she wants us to come up with an approved materials list.
sure.
It's tough, right? That's a lot. There's
Yeah,
a lot
because
of
new stuff
materials.
comes up all the time.
Yeah,
There is a lot of
so-
new stuff, but you kind of in the industry, you have like half a dozen, like. Names that are the you know, the steadfast and go-to ones.
yeah.
So that wouldn't be that hard for you guys.
Okay.
I would personally be comfortable from the perspective of like setting a precedence, is either it is visible and material to this board, or it is not. If it is material to this board and visible from a public way, either it is or it isn't.
I mean, you can see it right there.
Exactly, so like, you know, like to just say, oh, well, you know, it's not material what the material is because it's barely visible, well, either it is or it isn't.
Yeah.
And so either it is needs to be before this board or it doesn't need to be before. the
Well, I think
board.
that's what Steve does, and that's
Yeah.
why it's here. I asked Steve, I go, but it's in the back of their house, and he goes, remember, it's on the canal, which is public way, so I go, okay,
Right.
thank you. So if it wasn't, if it wasn't on the canal, we wouldn't even be sitting there.
Exactly.
But since it is and it's visible, then we have to take it into consideration.
Right, so that's why I didn't wanna like, to your comment, I didn't wanna like disregard it, like, okay, yeah, if it's visible, it's visible.
Well, the term, I believe, in historic preservation is indiscernible.
Good
Oh,
work.
from, is it discernible? Okay.
Well, and what they're presenting is more discreet.
Pretty sure that's what
What is it?
indiscernible from public.
And I'm gonna get you some of it. I'll get you a physical piece,
Yeah,
probably about a foot long, so you can see it. It's called silver maple. And it does look like maple grain and it has a little of the, like a grayed out, like it has aged look to it.
Can I just say, like, if this picture is taken from the canal, you cannot see the floorboards from it.
Well,
That's actually a little closer than the canal. Canal.
Indistinguishable.
Yeah, I just say, like, I think it's not very,
Indistinguishable.
it's not very
right,
discernible.
but that.
I just didn't.
Have to worry about the precedent too.
Particularly from an arm's length.
I can approve that. We have to do some.
That's, yeah.
So I
Just
also
open up a can of worms.
bring up one other question, because I don't understand all the terminology.
Yeah.
Perhaps. When we moved in, we did a fairly significant addition that went through the board. We included a page there from those minutes that
Yeah.
said the deck was of no architectural significance.
Yeah.
I don't know if that affects your determination about materials or.
No, it's not,
different?
it's not like it's historically significant, which is why. We're not like, oh, you have to keep it exactly the same, like we did with the church. We were like, is everything gonna be the same? Are you guys changing it? You guys are changing your deck.
Right.
It's a very different design, so this isn't anything that we would say is historically accurate, and please don't change it. This is strictly a precedent of using that material.
And is it generally appropriate, right? Like if you want to do like maximalism and just like craziness in terms of design, like it doesn't fit the house. So it's not architecturally relevant, but at the same time, like if you decide to go something completely off the deep end, it can be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I just did a quick search and TimberTech does actually have a collection that's called their historic collection.
Right.
So like that just, without looking any further right now because of time, but I feel like that's gonna lead us in a
Look
good
at the
direction.
materials at our list of.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Yeah.
could send
You know.
us links,
Yeah.
send us links to any articles or anything that they have where it's been applied in historical
Yeah.
context.
And I'll,
Really
happy to do that later, because that's just the next, like the next.
Okay, so when's our next meeting in August? Third Monday in August
yeah.
is the 18th. I'm
Yeah,
out of town the 18th, which is fine.
I'm
Is
good to
that,
meet earlier.
is that, I always offer, and I don't think Chris likes this, but I always offer, is that too far off on your timeline?
It kind of is, we will also be away.
Okay.
2 weeks of August, people.
Okay,
Is there any
Yeah.
additional?
yeah, we'll do,
We get you to satisfy the information.
we'll do like a special meeting. I mean, is that something you guys are okay with?
Oh,
Are
absolutely.
you okay with that?
Yeah, we're simply.
And I'll get you any materials and literature in the meantime and get them here so that they're available ahead of time.
What's like August 2nd?
I was looking, I won't be here on the Saturday, but I was looking
Oh,
at the fourth.
August 3rd, 4th?
Fourth, seventh, or eighth, that's a Monday, Thursday, or Friday, we've done them like at lunchtime sometimes. Depending on availability for the board members.
4th, 7th, or 8th, is that tough on anybody?
I can give you.
The 8th might be the only one. Actually, no, I can't because I'll be in the office. Which is
can't do the
specifically
8th.
my concern about arbitrary meetings, that we do not have the full board available.
I can't.
So we do not have as much perspective on the
What
outcome.
about 5:30?
5:30, I have a concert.
On what day?
Are you going to the Outlaw Music Festival?
No, J-Rad in Farrington,
I'm gonna go see Willie Nelson.
better.
Okay,
So-
the 4th. Yeah,
I could do the 5th.
I can do the 5th.
The fifth is available,
And we're talking at 5:30.
and that's up to you guys.
I can do
Okay.
the 5th.
If that's a quorum, I
Does
just
that work with you
wanted.
guys? They can at least
Or
2
full
weeks.
board, but okay.
No, Maria Murillo was just out today, but we
Yeah.
have another board member.
No, I'm just saying like in general, doing these one-offs doesn't necessarily produce the full board.
And it's, so does that work with you guys?
Yeah.
We'll make it, we can make
Okay.
it.
August
That'll
5th at
give me enough
5:30,
time to
special
email
meeting.
some of these
I'm gonna
municipalities.
think
Remember
that
the
I'm
village commission,
gonna round up, I'm gonna,
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Just-
And then Alexandria will send out a note once they're here and you can all stop in and take a look at it.
Great.
Is everyone all right with that?
And any
Oddly,
emails,
most of the rules are
articles,
or not.
whatever you can find would be great.
Yeah, especially that, the historic one from Silver, you said historic collection?
They have a
Yeah.
historic collection, which at least tells me it's been,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay,
Well, which wouldn't necessarily need to use on this particular house, but it's
Right.
more around
Nice to know. for
establishing that the
future
material is appropriate, yeah.
okay, so then, does anyone else have any design questions on the deck as presented, specifically on the post heights, the, stainless steel, strings? Is that what you call them?
Will there be any lattice work or anything underneath the deck?
We don't intend.
Is there access from the house to the deck?
Yeah, there's two sliding doors. You
That's
see,
just
But
bonus.
down at this level, are you having steps that come out?
Yeah, so that was small landing step under each door.
Yes.
Okay.
Will there be handrails of any capacity?
Going down to the terrace, there's gonna be handrails, which the top cap is not ADA, but there will be an additional ADA compliant rail going with that.
Well, that's not, no, but from the house to step down to it, those match the design of the railing?
one-
It's only one step.
Okay.
It's not code, not necessary by code, but
Oh.
Well, no, yeah, there was one, I just from design.
so yeah, there won't be a,
No,
If one existed.
yeah, yeah.
All right, then I'll make a motion to table this application. Pending review of the material presented and proposed.
Second that motion.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your time, appreciate it.
Member Torres?
One
Yes.
compliment, I give a few of these here and there, you guys are finding ways to say yes, and I love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just feels like the opposite, so.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Have a great night.
Very nice.
Member McRae?
yes.
Member Dubrowski?
Aye.
Member Lanahan?
Yes.
Chair Olson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, great. So now we have 45 Monroe Ave for garage.
I don't, there's a horrible band at Black 32 that started in our.
I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Trouble.
So don't all recuse yourself. Come on. Okay. So here we are. We sold our house to these people, new people, and they want to put 2 cars in a garage.
Crazy.
No, isn't it crazy? It's insane. And they actually like parts that fit. So the current garage is too narrow and actually has a porch shed on the back of it. So they actually cut the back wall out. And you could drive your foot under the back of it. So here you have it. We waited 25 years and never was hoping that a tree would fall on it. And then then we could just replace it. But instead, we sold it and moved to Spruce Lane. So we're not even in the village. I've moved out. I've moved away. But I'm here to present this for them.
Okay, so that was gonna be my question.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
you're-
For the people who buy your house, I'm very curious about. Yes. Notice that I have a very big mouth and during the negotiations, we wanted a little more money and I said, you know what? I knew and it's a longer story than this, but I knew that they wanted to do a garage. And they kept saying, can you do a garage? And I'm like, well, you can build in the village, it's not unheard of, blah, blah, blah. And so during the negotiation, I said, I would help them go through the village because I'm very familiar. Oh, okay, so.
I'm sure I've been helping you during this.
My entire family was like, and I had said in the future,
I said, if I ever open my mouth again, please feel free. Because I spent what, an hour in front of the planning and zoning because it's gonna be a little bit bigger because there's no way to get 2 cars in. And it's gonna be a little taller, so we, this, as you get bigger, it gets taller. That's how it works. So, after I spent an hour with them. So now I'm here.
I'm sure Pete knows I'm offended he didn't come.
So is this gonna be a whole new structure itself, or are you is this considered an addition?
You can't really consider, you can't, I mean, I'd like to, wanna build it on the existing foundation, but again, if that foundation is not sturdy, we have to put a real foundation in there, so we'll.
They're gonna knock down the existing structure.
Basically,
So that's why I was asking her. So are you
basically, gotta
demolishing
take
this
that-
garage?
yeah, there's Pretty much nothing there that's worth saving.
Okay.
So it looks like it'll be 3 feet taller than the existing one.
And with 2 bays.
Oh, and they did do a big one. Well, sort of. I sort of kind of did a. Another drawing quickly, but today just to scale because I can't, don't have to scale on. But I only made 4 copies, so somebody's gonna have to share.
Can I make this copy for you?
No.
Thank you.
So the main thing is on the as-built, is the footprint that you have on here, is this the existing or the to be? This one here. This is the existing, right?
Let's see, I think so. Actually.
You can look at this one too.
Right, that one.
This is on the back side.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the
That-
to be, this is the new,
That's the
okay,
new.
got it. That was my question. Because you basically have to extend it into the backyard,
Dare I
right?
ask
You're
the
right on the lot line.
historical significance of this building? Like, it's original with the house, so
I-
they're talking about a demolition and,
Is it originally with the?
I mean, I guess if we're talking of demolition of a building, I just don't know what that entails as opposed to adding on.
Yeah.
And since it's an outbuilding, maybe it doesn't have as much historical
I
significance.
don't really know when the garage was built. If it was original or not, I'm not sure. You guys will record of
We
it.
were looking at something that was built in 1970, that wouldn't be a
Well, I
big
mean-
deal, but,
Right,
but you're saying it's got a horse barn on the back, it sounds
well,
old.
you'll call that a shed.
Okay,
Yeah, we call it really a shed, but it does have it does have a Dutch door on it, like Mr. Adams. So you can open the top and the bottom. See if you can get it.
I guess, maybe, Jeff, you could help me out here, would this have to be treated like a demolition? Then-
Well, it definitely needs like approval of it.
Is the house 1905? 1903, 1905?
I have a hard time believing this was built between then.
No,
I think it's an original.
I think so too. Excuse me.
So I'm a little rusty on these particular things, but since it's a garage, I mean, how is it treated? It's certainly not the
Well,
main
it-
building.
It's probably the original structure. Most likely because it fits the same design of the home itself, which was 1905. But the front of the barn most likely was changed in some way to open up that size of a garage. In 1905, we wouldn't have had a garage of that size.
The garage door.
The garage door, yeah.
Modern door.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah,
tell that whoever
over.
did it was pushed it all the way to the edge, even we wouldn't, even nowadays, you wouldn't build a garage with only that small of an exposure on the outsides.
Right.
That exposure would be that
according
big,
to Monroe County government, it said that it was built in 1907.
yeah.
So it says the structure the garage. The shed machine, whatever the heck that was. Should have,
3D printer. And,
no,
So, I mean, you could say it's been materially altered. With front exposure, which is what we see anyway, is not certainly not original and
no,
not
that's a garage door, it's not original. Although-
Yeah.
even the opening of it is
Yeah,
is
it's
certainly
not.
not what was there
Yeah.
before, so. The building's been altered enough that it no longer really retains its original barn character.
How much, they want 2 cars, right? Is that the main? Okay, and you can get one in there right now,
A short one.
but it goes out through the back of of the back.
I would buy my cars and I would like, okay, I gotta drive it home and see if it fits in the garage.
Okay,
But there's only one.
Yeah.
I can get in there. It's not wide enough that, in my wildest imagination, I was like, oh, it's a 16-foot garage door, it's a 14-foot garage door.
14 wide, yeah.
Yeah.
Wildest.
That actually get 2 cars in there.
Hmm.
So I have a mini, the mini fits in there, Mini Cooper convertible, very small.
Two cars,
What?
2 smart cars.
Yeah.
Many Coopers.
Two, maybe, yeah, no, 2 little of those, little, yeah.
Well, I'm saying if it's something that they want,
Yeah.
if
So
they, from the street, you can't see the back. And I think that if the horse barn was to be renovated to be more of a permanent structure on the back of it, you could then fit a car of normal length in there. Is that something that they would consider? I mean, I think we're going down this path of what our options are.
Well, it has to
But-
be wire, no matter what we do, it has to be wire, right?
Yeah.
For the
There's
2
no
cars.
Way to get 2 cars in there, so originally what they wanted to do was come in and, can we do a carriage house, and can we build a 2nd story?
Oh.
And all this stuff, and I'm going, yeah, probably not, but if we made it look just basically like it does, only bigger. So it would make sense.
It'd be interesting to know what the survey that was done when the historic district was expanded, say about contributing structure down this lot.
I'd have to review that. I think it would set a dangerous precedent to say just because they want 2 cars, they get to take down the building. I know in the past, we've said, yeah, I'm sorry, you got what you got here. Particularly like the end of Locust Street is a good example. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the house that's on the corner, Locust and South, but they have. I think you can only fit a smart car in there. They can't open their doors, but
Right.
that's what they had, and it's part of a historic structure, so. That's what they still have.
I think they might have better luck actually doing the carriage barn, because if they built something that looked a little bit more historically accurate, part of the issue.
That house, that is historically accurate.
But
because
the new
it's-
design is not, the new design looks like a modern building. With the
Well-
2 doors.
Well, you've gotta get by the demolition first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, have you had anybody like look at the structural integrity of it? Cause that is an avenue.
Okay. I mean.
Yeah.
It is,
I have.
the garage is falling down. So we can leave it the way it is and let it, so we wanted to put a new garage door on. And so we had somebody come out and look at the garage door and the wall on that side is falling away by
What's
about
side?
5 inches, so. That's why the garage door that has no trim around the outside of it will work, but as soon as you try and do something with a panel look around it. You would have no panel on one side. So that wall is basically falling down. The structure itself is not, it is, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a sound structure.
Who'd you have?
I'm a general contractor.
Yourself?
I have myself.
Yeah.
And my framers have done there, but
So
I
they
feel a
don't
lot
have
better
third party.
by documentation on that.
Yeah,
you want me to make some documentation on it?
Feel a lot better about it.
it would have to be a third party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, um, Yeah, I would feel more comfortable going into a demolition situation with some sound reasons for demolition. Just for the precedent that it was set for other people in the buildings that they have, that they would like to do something other than what they
Right,
can do.
so,
If they were gonna be happy with one car and it was structurally sound, you could certainly do something to that.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna take down the whole building, I need to have some things documented to,
so like
approve
what
that.
kind of things do you wanna see?
if this is, actually not structurally sound.
What you
That you were gonna renovate the back and that in doing such was not viable because of the structure in and of itself couldn't support that. We have a lot of precedent in terms of approving demolition for those purposes.
It also is going to depend, in that case, on what is driving it being unsound. In other words, could it be made sound?
Yes, yeah.
Or could this be renovated as such and not, and we don't like the word renovate. That's not a very good word in historic preservation. But could it be renovated and modified to fit two cars?
So in order to do that, I would have to take the roof off.
You would have to make some modifications, right? There might be a roof, or you could do like a kick out of such. But I'm just wondering if there are ways around demolishing the structure and achieving what the new owners want. Rather than just strictly,
So
Demo
if
it.
you were gonna take the roof off and the walls couldn't support that, there's a bona fide reason. I mean, we've literally approved that on South Main Street. They wanted to put a second story on and the existing building could not support that.
South Main, which one?
The one with the tin, something about, yeah.
Oh, 87, yeah.
Remember they were
Yeah.
thinking about actually putting it on the existing structure. And they had somebody come in and they said, no, we can't do this. That's the reason we approved the demolition. You don't recall?
No, I remember. I remember that.
Jess gave me,
That exact scenario doesn't
Well-
make sense. Well, you wanna put a second story on and doesn't, but the first story won't support it, so yeah, you can tear everything down. It couldn't have been that.
it was, that was not, I mean, I'm
Right.
vastly paraphrasing here, but functionally, that's the outcome.
It was pretty close to that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's bottom line, I think it's gonna be hard to, what I'm hearing everyone say is that it's gonna be hard to tear this down.
Well, I don't know, I would think that it would depend on. If it's. An unsound structure
Yeah.
and it cannot be. Made. Sound within a reasonable. Whatever that degree is, then. Yeah, you can always demolish it, right, because it's not really a functioning structure.
I think given that the front has been altered dramatically as
Right.
well, and like, you don't even have room on the sides of that door, I think you could find a lot of ways to
So,
document this.
The record.
I mean,
Yes.
Yo,
I mean.
interior pictures too, any sort of interior documentation, and then. Like these windows still look fairly nice if you were gonna use them on the next barn, or not barn. I have a barn, that's why I was calling it garage barn. I'm sorry.
Reuse them.
Yeah, reuse them on your next garage, stuff like that would, just more of. Preserving anything that you can while giving the new homeowners what they're looking for.
Would you consider a site visit?
I would be, but what's our expertise on saying what's structural or not?
Right,
I would-
So it's not gonna take anybody's expertise. There's holes in the foundation is gone in many spots. One, the foundation is actually cinder as opposed to a true concrete block. So there's holes this big.
But we don't.
I just prep documentation.
Yeah, and we don't visit every window application.
Yeah.
either. We have Blake Held or Steve Jordan or whoever a third party might be, just do a impartial
Yeah.
recommendation. So Steve, do you have anyone that could do that, or have we done something like this, or Jeff, you know? Himself, Steve himself, oh yeah, Steve himself.
Up to the board, I mean, I know enough to do that, yes.
Well, maybe.
The other, my question would be, what if they rebuilt it to look exactly the same, but wide? And put a single door on it, because right now it's a 14-foot door. We went to a 16-foot door with traditional spacing on each side, the garage wouldn't look that dissimilar from what it exists today, but it gives them the 2-car option.
Then have to go to zoning
It's already been passed. It's on-
for that,
Who's already been through zoning.
well, for that. Or is that the same, are you recommending the same
It's not.
profile?
Again,
Okay,
different.
yeah, got it.
The front looks like the front is flat.
The
Yeah.
garage door would be wider.
Right.
So I still
Even the
think
two
you got
garage
to try
doors
the
is
demolition, and I think Steve. If you were to look at a report on what it's gonna take, if it's possible even, to save this structure.
Right.
I mean, it may not be possible to save it, in which case,
Then it's.
game over.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna justify it, I mean, I'm thinking some really weird structures and restructure of doing it, I'm gonna take it as if I could do it.
Right, so, right, and we've taken, I mean, we've obviously done historic buildings and we've saved many historic houses. The Garrett Company has, so we've moved, we've done work at Genesee Country Museum, we've rebuilt opera houses, and so we've done a lot of it.
Mhm.
There's not a lot here that is savable. The only thing that makes it look better now is that we put a new roof on it.
Yeah.
Because it had moss this high on it, so we put a new roof on it. Like the mossy roof.
I'd just like to have that all documented so that I could be okay saying demolition, because what's gonna go in the record, as you know, is like,
Right.
oh, they demolished this building, and the next person who wants to demolish a building.
Right.
They need to have all that stuff lined up, so like, oh, I'm sorry. you
It sounds
can't
like you've
demolish
got a great
your building.
checklist of all the reasons why. the
Yeah.
building-
Yeah.
Right.
And it's likely there's ample reason there, but I want to.
Yeah.
And I think Steve can.
See, it's pretty self-explanatory.
As long as that's not a conflict of interest,
That's why that.
okay.
I think that, like you said, you don't have to go through all the heroic effort to salvage, this structure, like for an opera house or something, you
Right.
would go through some heroic
Yeah, you
efforts, but this,
Yeah.
But even, I mean, and
there's a difference between like,
yeah,
we can do it, we
we
can,
can make this
and
work.
should,
But I can tell you that this is not one of those things. I mean, no,
I believe.
it's
So
not.
we could just
Way
get
set back from the road and everything, I mean, it's.
It's still quite visible.
I just demolition, I like to have everything covered.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
So,
So that's why I was
Maybe
trying to
it's-
say maybe an extreme renovation. As much as we don't like that word, we don't like the demolition either.
Right, I would do the extreme renovation, but I think it's,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that.
why
I'm
that-
behind
that.
you. Because I think once you try and straighten that wall, there's no wall to straighten. I mean, back when we bought our house and we started doing, there was a porch, so it was my house, right? So there was, literally, we started working on the outside wall. And there was nothing there, I mean, it was
Yeah.
nothing to save, so we had to rebuild that, but I mean, in that case. We rebuilt on the existing foundation, because the foundation was good. But in this case, the foundation is not
Yeah.
good,
And then with the,
rafters are not good, and the windows are actually not good.
yeah,
And the back shed is not even, it's not even. Floor, it's a piece of plywood on the floor, so, and there's some plastic. Box, so, yeah.
Maybe put peanut butter in Steve's mouth, it'll look like he's talking. Red Jeff now.
Yeah, so do you know what the board wants to see? I mean, does everything make sense?
It makes sense for her to come back on the fifth along with the other, since we're already meeting on the fifth, if you
If
wanna
we
come
do
back.
that, feel like that, is that good with your schedule?
Now, as far as the,
So basically, what we're asking for is, you know,
I'll bring my assessment before.
okay, then also, while we have you, let's talk about the proposed garage. And you did say, let's try and make it as close to possible as the existing garage, and one thing I noticed was the cedar shingle siding. That would be something that I would like to see,
Put cedar back on there, as
yes,
opposed to.
as to the board of the hardy board that you asked.
But it's,
it's not cedar. Oh, it's wood. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
it's not on the front,
What's this? That is, it's right here on the front too.
it's just siding.
Hardy's,
Hardy
Hardy siding.
siding has been approved in the village for
Wait,
years.
what's, you're saying there's no cedar on the front?
That siding is just siding.
And then what about on the side?
There's a bunch of different things on this side.
So if we're gonna demolish it and go down that route. What Tina and I both have said is try to build it back exactly the same, just a little bit wider. So if you're gonna come back on the fifth and you're asking about, you know, will we get this design approved just a little bit wider? I'm just asking to keep it as close to possible, so that maybe in like 2 years, someone would be like, it's not even noticeable that it's brand new.
So
After it's
can I
been
just ask a
rebuilt.
question,
Yeah.
it's the picture that you have here and what you've written is siding to be hardy siding to match the profile of the house, so it's slats.
Yes.
The same,
It's just the same as the
Yeah.
house.
it's the same as the house, it's not.
Yeah, Carolina, you're saying the design is the same as the house,
Correct.
The
but is the
siding-
material the same as the house?
No.
So, and is the material the same as what's on the garage right now? The hardy board?
No.
that you, so that's all I'm asking is that you build the
But-
garage back exactly how it is,
But the-
as close as possible.
Hardy siding is painted, there's no visible difference.
Of course, and I'm not arguing that. What I'm asking about is building the garage back as close as possible to what it is right now.
I have a comment, though, this,
But I don't
This
understand
is
why
not-
that would be okay.
right, because this is not 1907. This is like a. Are you,
I'm talking about the cedar siding right here.
right, but I'm just saying, building it back to make it look like it
No, of
currently
course,
is. It's
and that's not what the garage
It does
door.
not look historically accurate. I mean, it doesn't look like something from the.
You're talking about the front door. The garage
The
door.
front of the garage,
Which
which
what
is.
you see.
Which is what you see, and it will not look that, like the original structure. It will look like like the one that had been modified by a big old wash door.
Right. So what would you like to see in the drawings? Coming up on the fifth?
I personally don't have a problem with the new design.
With the two doors.
With the two doors, I think it's better looking than how.
I mean,
And one
it's
thing.
more historic. They
It
would
breaks
not
it up a
have
little
added
bit more,
opening
it's.
That was that wide.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
any openings
They
with
would-
garage doors. I'm talking about the cedar siding.
Well,
But
Yeah,
You.
and I'm not digging my heels in on this. I'm saying that's what it's on there. That's what I'd like to see. And if you don't want that, then that's totally fine. I'm only one person on the board.
And it is indistinguishable.
it's,
It doesn't matter, you approve,
Yeah.
hardy board in replacement of cedar platform siding. And if you
I'm,
can't tell when it's painted, the difference between that and cedar platform.
I mean, this is kind of turned into almost an information only. I'm not sure why everyone's kind of coming after me on this. Like, and then turning it into a front door garage complex.
I,
Because I don't want to see this demolished anyways. I'd say leave it as is. And do something about the horse barn in the back and shore up the structure itself. Like you said, structures can be shored up. And if you need a new garage door, we can put a garage door on or something like that. I don't want to see it demolished. But if it is going to be, let's try and preserve it as best as possible and make it look like it is in this picture with these windows. I would say reuse the windows too.
We can stick the windows back in, because they don't need to do it.
And I would say,
They're old wood windows.
and my-
Go back in.
and my only comment was to, in the new renovation, in the new garage, have it replicate and be as similar as possible to the current structure, which has cedar siding on it. I'm one person on a 5-board vote, and if you don't want that, then that's fine.
You can't tell the difference, that's the point of the hardy side.
I guess I want to look at the applications where it's been approved. It's not unilaterally approved, like anyone who just wants to take off their wood siding and put on hardy, that's not allowed. But it has, I mean, in my experience, where we've approved it, it's been when there's a situation that the existing wood, won't paint anymore, or like at the Arc House, there's the use of the house required it.
Additions. and
But
things.
New build,
for new
yeah.
builds, which is where I think it could get sticky. For us, if you're allowing a demolition, then it becomes a new build
Yeah.
and.
That's kind of where I land.
Yeah.
I mean, we approved it for 75 Monroe.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of issues with cedar, it's hard to get it.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive. So, I mean, it doesn't hold paint as well, because we don't now have paint that has lead in it. So the lead doesn't hold as well as the hardy wood. So in the structure itself would be in better shape if it had, in longevity, had hardy siding. That's why they make the hardy siding.
Yeah.
And you would still like to see it.
I just don't think either of those are viable reasons for us, because honestly, they're not. But frankly, I just feel like in new builds, and which this would be, it's a demolition in a new build, that we have approved it in the past, and that we have decided that it's suitable for new builds. We're not trying to fake history here and pretend it's the old structure, it's a brand new structure. And so for those reasons, I feel like the hardy board is more than acceptable.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think the new structure is what would do it.
Yeah.
That's it, you have to get through the demolition.
Yeah,
I'd
demolition.
still like to know what that, besides what Steve says, I'd still like to know what the survey says. You got it?
Yeah.
So I do, someone wants to read it. Or do you want me to read it? It does count as a contributing building. Contributing 1-story frame garage with hip roof and 1 overhead rolling garage door. 45 Monroe.
I mean, I know it's not what they want, but I would want to present them with the option that you have a 1-car garage and you can extend the back to be, I mean, it's just as an option. I know they're going for 2 cars, but.
I think we're down to what Steve's gonna.
Yeah, and so that's, but as a.
So
They don't have.
You could
they
get a
don't have the
perfectly
option
viable
to make it
1.5
2-car
car.
tandem either, because it's right up against the lot line on the side, on one of the side and the back. So they can't like extend it outwards and make a tandem garage.
Oh, I mean, I guess I wasn't suggesting that. I was just thinking that you could fit a car in there, the horse stall in the back or whatever it is.
Deeper.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they cut out the back wall, so the back wall of the garage
Mhm.
has now just the studs go down to about the height of like an old Buick hood.
Yeah. Just as an option, if preservation of the building is necessary or possible, or. I'm just looking at all the different angles there. I mean, people always think they want these things, but is it a?
Everybody wants a garage and they keep
We're
it.
going around in circles, can we close?
Well, I mean,
Then make a motion to table.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to table this until August 5th. With the request that we get evidence for the building's decay or, integrity.
And I would love to see a potential option for altering the existing structure if it is viable to keep it, just as much as approving a new structure.
Because now can we just have some, like, now it's just for information only, if we want.
I haven't called the vote yet.
No.
Was there a second for it?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Member Torres,
Yes.
member McGray,
Yes.
Member Lanahan. Yes. Member Dubrasky.
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
So yes, ma'am.
So now we're tabled, now I can't talk anymore. So if we could somehow, I don't know how to make it, I'm just trying to think of what would make it more historic for. Like, do you want a shed roof on the back of it that shows that, but you can't even see that from the look, so that doesn't really.
Whatever you do in the back, I think, if you could do something to make the back more viable. And
Yeah.
I
have the
think she's
height,
talking about the new build.
And we don't need
Oh.
the, and we're not asking to replicate the over under door. I mean, we'll,
Oh.
on the portion. Yeah. No, I'm saying the primary structure had it be as much as possible to be the exact same. I mean, there's a little cutout here, but there was probably a little stove in there at some point. And, you know, it seems like a really nice garage from that era, and it reminds me a lot of my home, you know, so it's like, I'd love to be like, oh, look at my basement, just see what my basement's held up by. I'd be like, you know, I'd love to scrape it.
The house, little dormer window there.
Yeah, I thought about putting a dormer on it, they actually asked for a dormer, and I said, if you.
I think that would look really
If
good.
you approve a dormer, but you have to, so the dormer is totally useless, right? There's no, it's just for the looks. But then I thought that's really not what was there. So, and then I said, if you get it approved with a dormer and it costs you $30,000 more to put a dormer, and you still have to do it, because that's what you guys approved. So, do you think that a dormer would really help with that?
For information only, I would say no, I would say
Yeah.
leave it as exactly as possible, just make it a little wider and a little longer, and that's it. And then match it and match it as identical as possible. If you want to put two garage doors on front, I think Abigail made a great point that that's what's there right now is not historically accurate to 1905. So if there was a two individual doors or a single what's code for a garage door, 16 or 18 feet, 21 feet.
This shape is.
Sorry, which wall is the one that you said is problematic, the east or the west one?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Which wall did you say was problematic, the east or the west?
Well, actually.
I'm just wondering if there's an opportunity to preserve a lot of the structure and maybe expand on it.
I think that's exactly what I said. 20.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like, no, but like literally, like, I misunderstood what you're talking
No,
about.
I'm literally saying keep as much of it exactly the same as possible, just make it a little wider, a little longer.
No, she's saying that side wall is 5 inches
So
out.
that wall down.
Can we please not
Foundation is
revisit
not
that?
there. So that foundation needs to be redone, so I gotta take the roof off, I gotta rebuild that wall, the back wall is only half there.
I don't need to re-explain it to myself, that's for
Sorry, yeah, no.
Yeah. I do really like the door that you have on here. I
Okay.
think those doors are really cool.
Yeah.
That's
So as,
really nice.
now I thought that's where you would
The garage
have more
door.
problem with the garage door that they picked, cause it's a wood door.
No,
And
I
it's
think
a walnut door, and in reality, that in his history to me would not have been there.
Mhm. I
That
mean,
would have been.
I might have a problem with that, but.
Yeah.
I'm not even there yet, because I haven't come out with something.
They had to choose what they wanted, so I could bring it in, so they could say, and they gave it to me, and I was like, I don't know, I mean, it could be that.
I didn't realize, I thought it would be painted.
Yeah.
I just thought
I
this
think I
was
don't-
similar, I just like the shape of it, cause it
Yeah.
looks like a,
I
it looks like
the
a
shape
gold.
of it, but I think that, except for the brow, it needs to be square.
Oh, yeah, it needs to be square, I didn't even
It needs to be
notice.
Square.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to be painted, but.
Yeah.
So.
It should be painted.
Those are available, painted
Yeah.
square doors.
Yes, correct, correct, but they wanted, you know, like, yeah. I'll present it.
I mean,
but-
those, the one in your diagram here is square. And
Yes, correct, that's what I was like, this, you can do something that's very.
I mean, I understand those are very handsome, but they're not, they're very modern.
Yeah.
They're not-
So I should probably talk to Brian about that as well.
Tell them they should try to make historically accurate.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
You didn't know how many meetings you signed up for.
Good thing you moved really far away.
All of it's bruised.
Yeah.
I tried to get out of the village and tried to get in. Happened, no. All right, guys, thanks.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
This is meeting over.
Yeah.
Did you want to stay for anything?
No.
We're gonna be going over the minutes of our.
We're gonna chit chat about signs apparently.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Trustees want clarification.
So I have this, and so do we have, we need to.
Yeah, so Abigail, I think this is probably the first time that we did meeting minutes, because last meeting went very long and we didn't do them. So each finding of facts that we do gets put into a regular meeting minutes, and then is presented to the public as basically a review of what happened during that meeting. And before they're submitted to the public, we review them to make sure that everything's accurate, including votes and comments and findings of facts, or next steps. And you can always go back and change them if you want, and add to them, but this is just the time of the meeting that new findings, yeah. But you can always go, you can, this is just when we review them to make sure that what Alexandria wrote down and took as calling the minutes is accurate. So we'll go through them one at a time. And it really depends on who is here. So in February is myself and Tina.
think,
So we can't do the,
well, I think the time has passed that I can go, they're my minutes in general,
okay,
so.
so February is
If you wanna
done.
do more corrections, or I've already edited each one, so
Okay.
I'll go ahead and.
And then we'll move to March. It was myself, Carolina, and Christopher. Showed up at 6:15.
I was present for all of 10 minutes of that meeting. You recall, I wasn't originally gonna be there.
This
and
one,
then maybe I could
71
make
Main
it,
Street.
and I did.
71 South Main
I said to
Street.
most of them though.
Okay, that one's done.
Oh, yeah, that was. the
9
first.
South Main Street. Oh, then March goes on to this one, March. Signage. Sutherland Street for demolition, and then we did minutes. I don't have any questions on March.
Yeah, I didn't either.
You've got me listed as saying yes. I don't think I was there.
Are you sure that's March?
It's the back, yeah, the second page of March, and it says. It's just I'm sure it's just a typo. But
It is, can you tell me where I'm starting?
oh, it's on the last page 3.
Oh, the
The
adjournment,
adjournment, yeah.
Thank you.
I think just put Lanahan instead of.
all.
Member
people.
Earl DeBrosky,
Thank you.
little conjoinment there.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve March 17th with the following edit. Tina's name is removed.
Second.
Kind of like I'm gonna long mention both of you.
Member Torres,
Yes.
member Dubrasky,
I,
member Beckley, you would abstain.
Yes, because I wasn't here.
Thank you. Member Lanahan.
Would I abstain as well?
Abstain, yeah. Thank you. And then Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, then we have April. April was myself, Carolina, and Chris. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. If anyone has any questions.
I second.
Member Dubrasky,
yes.
member Torres,
Yes.
member Lanahan,
Same.
member McRae,
What, then I wasn't there.
abstain.
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay. Now we have, the discussion of the village sign code. You guys want to talk about this now? Or can we talk about this at August 5th?
I don't, you want to-
Yeah,
I just like to know like what specifically I
Okay, so I think I've brought this on the entire village, so I'll make a few comments. The definition of internally lit signs
hmm,
and what an LED sign qualifies as. And my interpretation that an internally lit sign is an LED sign. And where this comes of is like back in a few years ago, Fatouche had an open sign with an LED lights and we asked them to remove it. And then they did, but then when the JBC noodle shop had an open sign flashing and on, Steve said, well, they're allowed to have it because it's not an internally illuminated sign, but it can't be flashing. So he asked to have them turn it off the flashing setting. And Steve's recommendation and understanding of the code is that an LED light is not an internally illuminated sign. Steve's interpretation of an internally illuminated sign is like, if you're leaving the village heading to Wegmans, there's the Pittsford Auto, little old gas station that used to be there. They have an AC Delco plastic sign up on stands like this. It's plastic. Now it doesn't light up because that would be considered internally illuminated. But it would have like a bulb light that, you know, you used to like see in office buildings. And then the piece of plastic goes over the top of it when the bulbs turn on, then that's internally lit. That's really only what Steve, the building and code enforcement officer, considers internally lit. He does not consider LED bulbs internally lit. And there's a big conversation that Steve and I have had about this.
So the trustees, that's not really what the trustees want you to comment on. The trustees that have sent the public hearing the change to the internally lit issue that takes care of it. So that's not an issue anymore. The issue
Wait,
is,
the LEDs?
so they want to redefine that, so it's
Yeah.
say any lights,
Yeah.
any lit signs.
Yeah.
And that's going out for
So-
public comments.
my best understanding, what they want you to think about, respond to, is the not single
Yep.
signage, you know,
Howard Hanna.
right.
Building. Dating stuff.
So, you know, is that something that should be enforced and gone? Is that appropriate for a historic village? You know, just going around and looking at the signage that's on Main Street. Is that all appropriate for a historic?
So, and then
That's the question.
yeah, and there's a lot of them out there. I mean, Sandy's Barbershop has two. She has an open sign and a haircut sign. Abode down on the Northfield Commons has an open sign or welcome or something that many would say abode in the window hanging. There's also the gelato store next to Lock 32. They have a cute little open sign that's that lights up. So there are a lot of these signs around. So the questions that everyone should think about is, does the new law outlaw all of those? And then do they come back for special applications? But then it comes into hypotheticals of, well, why do you like their sign versus our sign? And how do you write those internally lit or light?
Not an internally lit.
Just
issue.
lit.
Okay, then sorry, then anything lit and a lit sign
So
in
that-
code.
on the interior of the structure,
Yeah,
What?
but illuminating the exterior.
Right.
yeah.
So the question really is the proliferation of signs that are not legal, like the not legal. Like that stuff. Is that something you want to see in an historic or not?
Like this. And
Does
yeah,
it
this one.
extend to signs that are not intended for the public way, i.e. if I'm a business and I have
Yeah, that's a.
if a wedding shop, I could imagine has a neon sign for pictures for the bride to take a picture with her thing that's cool and trendy. But it's not intended for the public way. Does that extend to that?
No, it wouldn't. So. if you
But I can
think of-
see it from the public way, but it's not intended.
No, of course not. Think of JBC. Every
But-
time I turn down Church Street,
So-
their doors are open and you can see that's just internal to the. This is in the window. This is something like this right here. You have this sign in the window that's LED lit, just saying open. Do we need those? And I'll zoom out on
Well, they're
this.
gone. Those are gone.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would just like to
Those are
add that
gone.
they
Oh,
do
I'm
have,
sorry.
they have.
They're gone under the new.
So this building has their Carnation Spa. And then they also have the open, and then they have their signs of the hours of operations on the door, and then they have this out on the front, the A-frame sign. So it's just too much. They don't need to have these. And then I also, so this one, I'll show everyone, has the hours of operations on their door. They don't need to have the open sign in the window. And then just next door to them is the Drips house, which is perfect. It has a closed or open flip. And you have your hours of operations right there. And in our pedestrian village, we don't need, well, personally, I'm just saying this is open conversation.
agree.
We don't need to have lights that are lit up saying open and flashing and everything like that. It doesn't have to be so,
What is the rule about sandwich boards?
for what?
Sandwich boards right now, what's the rule about those?
Yeah,
They are, they're not.
Yeah, the A-frame that
Yeah.
they put out on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically they're not. And
And the question is, do you want to? Is that something that makes sense in the historic district?
And I think that it's also, cause I think of one of my first board meetings, I was like, instead of that, why don't you just put a little A-frame sign out? And everyone's like, you're not allowed to do that. But everyone does, and I think it's not anything that we would ever ruffle everyone's feathers for and say, put those little open parking signs on.
If every business did it, I think you'd think differently.
If every business did what?
Yeah, if you walk down South Main Street and every business had a sandwich sign out, I think you'd
Yeah.
think differently about
Yeah.
it. And so if you say one can do it, then they all can do it.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying one can do it.
So I guess the thought is just drive around a little, see what you think is wrong and what you would like to see or what, and think of it from the historic district piece of it.
Yeah.
It's a little tricky that on the way here today, I was walking down Main Street and looking at the signage and the barber shop has this old like barber pole sign and it sticks out from the building, which according to the code is not something we allow, but it's super cute and historical looking. And so sometimes maybe.
I think the bar stuff's fixed to the building,
The
it's
bar-
historically accurate.
As I
Fixed
recall,
out, and
is
then-
allowed,
is
but
it-
not lit.
But it can't be lit up.
And Sandy's brother, who opens the other barber shop, do you remember this? That I want a barber pole, because Sandy has a barber pole. And we said, you can have a barber pole, but it can't light up. And I guess all of the lights, in my opinion, you don't need them, like none of them.
No, I
because
think
it
it-
externally,
at night
that's,
anyway.
that's what the village, I mean, what was the intent behind not having an internally lit sign?
Right.
It's because historically, we'd have a sign, and we'd have a light that shines on it perhaps, but you wouldn't have
Yeah.
lighting in it, so.
So those are-
Because it's meant to be here.
Have a stand and they have a sign with a
That's
candle
not the
behind
issue
it.
though, okay. I just
Like a
don't feel
candle.
like-
So what are they asking us to do?
It's the proliferation of like
The
the
open.
Realtor signs. I think everybody's good with an open sign.
Oh, okay, so I guess I don't know the Realtor sign that you're talking about, but.
Think of, it's basically Church and Locust. And then on the other side of the street, you have Colliers now, and then you
Yeah.
have Sandy's, and then you have, Howard Hanna. And at night, they have their listings lit up in the windows, on the windows, up against the windows with the white lights hanging. So the people walking their dog can see what houses are for sale. It's situations like that is when it's up against the window, is that allowed? And it's been there
It's
for.
not.
It's not
Yeah,
allowed.
It's not, but you know, the question is, should be. That's what I think they want your input on.
Got it. So can you give us an update on the law that's been, is it been presented yet? Is this
It's
it?
going to public hearing.
What's going to public hearing? This document right here?
No, that's
No,
all about
new
the
law,
green.
No, that's this.
Oh,
That's
the thing in the
it.
back.
No, the new law that. Prohibits. Internally lit signs. Defines them. And now you can still have the light shining on the sign. Goosenecks.
So what can our board do to help? Do you want us all, can you email us this village signage discussion and everyone reply back within a week? Is that enough time for the trustees?
So I'm assuming that they're going to public hearing on August 12th for this.
Right, but these are two totally,
Oh, okay, so no recommendation.
they're not joined.
Okay.
The internally lit discussion. The ship is leaving the harbor,
Okay,
Mhm.
so. The question is whether or not. What kind of signage should we allow in this village? Just the thing,
Exteriorly lit
Not-
signage.
internally lit issue. It's
These other,
the not, or the. Our Hannah signs in the window.
so they're not, I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I can't picture it exact. They're not internally lit, but they are lights that are on.
Yeah.
Just more defining all the types of signage that we're for.
Worry about whether or not. That realtor should be advertising properties in the window.
Okay.
Which is a great question, because it's like. Very standard, but with the how,
Well,
which is what they're looking for, right? Like if that is allowed, then how can they do it in a way that's compliant?
should the village change the law to allow that kind of stuff? I mean, is that something that would be, even though it's standard in the business, is that something that should be contemplated in this village?
So,
Do we want any businesses in this village?
No.
Very clearly, we don't.
the, what,
Dancing
what,
illegal.
what the code does not
Really.
allow the signage in the window.
But
I'm sorry, I'm a little slow on the uptake here, but it has nothing to do with how that signage in the window is lit, it's that there actually is signage in the
Right.
window, right?
exactly.
So, okay.
is there anything in the new law about special permits or can they come in front of the board and we can say that's appropriate? Or is it pretty cut and dry?
Okay.
Okay.
And we review the code that they're presenting, or is that?
What?
Can we review the code that's being presented at the public? Where is there?
You can speak at the public forum.
When did,
It should be on the trustee page, I mean. Just go in the public hearing.
Yeah,
Trustee page, public hearing.
on August 12th.
no, I don't know that. I don't know when this
The following.
When
When
this
you
draft
have
went
hearing.
in front of the trustees, but
Yeah, I don't-
I draft with the clerk.
I don't know.
I'd like to review it before the public hearing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Can you send it to us and
I'll send
then,
you that and this again. I think whatever your feedback or your thoughts could go to the chair and you can. I don't know how much more you guys want to spend in a meeting. On this,
Yeah.
so.
Just
I
one.
think we just-
Have an open sign that it reflects that you're actually open it.
Because I'm very new to this, is it okay for a business to illuminate their wares in the window without the name of their business? But you can illuminate your wares, you can. Or.
Is the jewelry store compliant for having lighting in their cabinet and a window?
almost all shops have.
If you can skip.
So like say the bridal shop on the corner, like they can't have a light shining on their
Sure
wedding
you
dress.
can. We're not gonna, this code,
Oh.
correct me if I'm wrong, this code isn't saying that you can't have the lights on in your building and your wearables are displayed.
That's what I'm trying to understand, yeah, where is the line?
So what's
So
the
like-
difference
so like
between
a-
lighting up a wedding dress and lighting up a picture
I
of?
don't know.
What that-
Right, well, that's a great point. Well, no, but his ask is like, can we just think about that independently? To
Yeah.
give to the board
Yeah,
our opinion on it.
and give
You
the,
know what? I have a great idea. Why doesn't the chair write to the trustees and say, exactly what do you want us to comment?
I can do that.
Oh, my God. We
Some
don't,
of it feels arbitrary.
we don't want any business here. We just want
Well,
to steer all.
No, this is internally lit. This doesn't have to do with lighting up wearables.
No, not just internally. Get rid of the whole world. Internally is
Okay.
going away. They're
Then we'll
basically
end this
saying any
conversation
lights,
before. then
No,
we
any sign.
start getting hyped up.
any lit signs.
All right, then I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
No.
Second motion.
Member Rand?
Yes.
Member DeBoer?
One lighting.
Yes.
The wares of a shop. You have
Member
to
Torres?
light
This isn't about the
wares
wares
of a
and
shop.
this is not about wares.
Member Torres to adjourn?
Yes.
Thank you. Member
I don't
McRae?
understand what it's about then.
Motion passed.
Yes.
Oh, Chair Olson?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
For example, do you want